Good afternoon, everybody. This is All Sports Seattle. I'm your host, Kyle Teagues, a college student who focuses on Seattle sports more than his studies. As far as that goes, anyways, without further ado, I'm going to just start talking about the Mariners. As of course, we have the Kraken starting preseason. It's all and well. Love to see it. And the Seahawks looking good. I'll get to them later, but I just wanted to hop in the Mariners because that's obviously the topic of choice during their playoff push. I wanted to start with the bad, just get it out of the way. Don't want to talk about it anymore. Just brush it off. Of course, we have that road trip, 3-7, and we were not looking for that. I mean, we were playing against teams that were below 500 by a long ways, teams that we've already beat in the year. I think we swept the Royals earlier in the year. Just all around, not who we are as a team. Especially that last game where we gave up those 11 runs. I personally attribute that to whoever. I mean, you guys can attribute that to whoever. At the end of the day, these guys are major league pitchers. They need to make their pitches. I'm not blaming Castillo. I'm more blaming the bullpen arms who were warming up, got put into the game, and then came in and just stunk it up. I mean, if you got to throw 97 instead of 99 for Brash's case, throw a strike. I mean, we're not here to walk the bases. That's just not who we are. We're not going to outscore a lot of these teams. Our claim to fame is starting pitching, bullpen, defense. That's just who we weren't on this road trip. Of course, didn't have Geno, didn't have Julio. That, of course, is going to hurt us. But, I mean, the bullpen wasn't hurt. That was brutal to watch. Thankfully, I didn't have to watch a lot of it. I was at a concert, so I only had to hurt through the notifications on my phone, through Twitter, through the MLB app. But hey, what can you do? It's gone. We had a day to even look over it, reflect. Hopefully, the guys got their spirits up, and let's get back to business. I mean, still only 6. It's the magic number. Still looking great, guys. Let's not freak out too much. I mean, it's still looking great. Um, let's get into the good though. Geno, our man, is back. Probably our second best hitter on the team. Dude rakes. Dude fields. He's not going to be fielding tonight. He's DHing, of course, but he was taking some grounders, which is encouraging to say the least. I didn't expect him to come back into the field the rest of this year, as I'm sure a lot of people didn't either. Um, but if he does in the playoffs, that is going to be huge because as much as I love Ty France, he is not a third baseman anymore. He just doesn't look athletic at all at third base. At first base, when he's picking the ball, he looks great, but at third base, that's just not the position for him. And hey, by all means, we're not signing him to be a third baseman. Um, but as far as hitting goes on the road trip, that was nice to see. I mean, the game we lost, we scored 12 runs, scored more than the Broncos. Unfortunately, they won and we lost because that's how life works sometimes. Scored 6 runs in the time we won. The other game, I don't think we scored many. I think we scored maybe 1. But other than that, we went 2 for 3 in game. 2 out of our 3 games, our offense did show. Of course, pitching didn't show the last time. Jared Kelenic, our boy, gets called up and immediately makes an impact. Hits a home run and the garbage field of the Athletics. Should be tore down already. Will be Las Vegas eventually, just a matter of time when they announce it. But he came in and he showed out. He played good D for the most part. There was a couple fielding miscues. He didn't get a good read per se. There was a sun in his eyes at KC. A couple times he could have took a little bit of a better route. But as a whole, he's a great fielder. You're not going to get hurt with him in the outfield compared to others, Jesse Winker. But as a whole, I'm excited for him to be back. I love the guy. I love his speed, his power when he's there, and everything that he brings to the ball club. I don't know who tweeted it. I read it on Twitter this morning when I was at class, actually. Scott was saying that he was tweaking around in AAA trying to get a more balanced stance in his batting stance. And I think that's what's helped him out a lot because if you guys remember as well as I do, the biggest thing that stuck out to me is how unconfident he looked up swinging at breaking balls. That slider, curveball, he was so off balance every time. So for him to be more on balance, ready to either wait or jump on this pitch, he looks great. I'm excited to see what he does for the rest of the year. And hopefully in the playoffs, assuming he still plays as good. I love what he brings to the team. Ty France, sure, he's not the greatest fielder, but he is still Ty France at the plate. He's looking more and more like old Ty France, which is good. He went 8 for 18, I believe, in that Kansas City series. Um, that is great to see. I hope he continues to hit because when it comes playoff time, he is a big factor driving in our runs. Julio's good for getting on base. Ty France good for extending him or driving him in, depending on where Julio goes, especially considering his stealing ability. So having Ty France able to pull it or go the other way and him feel comfortable with his timing and hopefully the wrist feels good, it's going to be great to see. Love to see it. Um, so as far as the playoffs go, we still are only 6 games as far as the magic number goes. For me, I believe that only takes 2 Mariners wins to make the Orioles feel like they have no hope. Um, the Orioles still have to win against the Red Sox, who aren't terrible, especially with Michael Wacha on the field. He's an excellent pitcher. He is definitely going to be their pitcher to win. Hopefully, he does perform. I would love to see them take a game against the Orioles, make them match number 5. We pull our game off today, make it 4. That would make us feel really great. So if they could do that, that'd be great. As far as clinching, I not mad that we had a terrible road trip. Could have been nicer to have the magic number 3 or 4, maybe 2 or 1. But this makes it so we get a clinch at home, and this is what we were hoping for all along. Seattle Mariners fans deserve it more than anyone else to have a game clinched at home. I wish I could be at the stadium. I hope everyone there takes enough videos to just experience that moment because that is a moment that every sports fan dreams of. Of course, the drought is not what we dream of, but then again, it's not going to feel nearly as good as it does for the Dodgers because it's a long time coming. Um, as far as the Mariners go, that's probably about it. What I want to talk about for today. I just hope that we play good ball, pitch good. Robbie Ray's on the mound. Hopefully, he gets the pitchers back in sync. We continue to hit pretty good, put runners on, draw walks like we always do. That's just who we are, and we need to continue to do that if we want success. And as far as the game goes, I actually looked at some bets. Of course, this is just for entertainment purposes only. I only want to say this for entertainment purposes, not advice in the slightest. But I looked at all the props, of course. Got to represent the money line. The Mariners always going to cash in on that money line. But as far as anything else that looks fun, Geno Suarez did a home run his day back. It is plus 360. So if you bet $100, you get $360 on top of that, totaling out to 460. Really tempting for a guy like Geno Suarez who's going to bring the vibes and probably is going to be wanting to send a message to T-Mobile Park that we're ready to lock this up. Anything else? More of a safe bet. Robbie Ray over 6.5 strikeouts, negative 152 odds. So, I mean, the odds aren't great. You got to bet 152 to win 100. But then again, it's Robbie Ray. 7 strikeouts is almost guaranteed. To end the video, I want to cover the Seahawks real quick. I've already been impressed with how they look so far. Geno Smith is the 11th best quarterback in the league, 10th best when it comes to QBR. Russell Wilson is 21st. Amazing. I couldn't have wished for anything better. I love nothing more than seeing Russell Wilson struggle after getting paid and Geno Smith to get called up and perform like a very comparable quarterback. I mean, that's amazing. DK Metcalf needs to get more targets. Tyler Lockett needs to get more involved. Our running game has been atrocious. I'm not blaming our running backs. Of course, there's an O-line that needs to do a little bit better. They haven't been terrible, so our running backs do need to pick it up. But the running game has been non-existent. Rashad Penny needs to pick it up. He's been very disappointing, to say the least, this whole year. But as far as a whole, I've been very impressed with how the Seahawks are playing as a whole. So look forward to them playing again on Sunday. The Falcons, I believe, is who it is. So let's kick some butt today, guys. And let's go Mariners. Let's go Seahawks. And let's go Kraken.